All right, here we are. It is almost the end of Seahawks Texans. It is late at night. I forgot to put Tampa Bay. Whatever. We thought Tampa Bay would win. I'll own that. I don't know what the spread was. I don't think it was great. Let me check that really quick just for the sake of the stream while people file in here. But, you know, look, we made a promise. We're streaming every night after every primetime game. I'll tell you, I'm beat. I'm tired. This is not a good idea, NFL. This late of a game. It's 9:30 West, which means it's 12:30 on the East Coast. I know a lot of the people that watch my streams are on the East Coast. So if this one doesn't do well, what's up, Muhammad? How are you doing? I'm good. Let me look up the Buccaneers spread. I'm still hurting. I'm not going to lie. I'm still hurting. Like, it's, you know, it doesn't get easier. The Buccaneers were 6-point dogs. Well, I thought they were going to win. I was wrong. I'll own that. So, you know, we call our wins, we call our losses. This probably won't be the longest stream. Texans, Hawks still on. Yeah, we're going to be watching that one. But it looks like the Seahawks are just clearly the better team. OJ Luck, what's up, fellas? What is up? Chat's working now. We're here. The big Gibbs, that was wild. Can't believe the Bucks lost decisively too. Yeah, that's, you know, it was a wild one. As you can see, I updated bet of the day. I was so confident Tampa was going to compete. I could say that I was more confident the Seahawks would beat the Texans. I picked them both. Look, we knew the Texans O-line was bad. This isn't exactly news. Every week they remind us how bad they truly are. I'm doing decent, going through all my baseball, football cards. There we go. I think the Mariners-Jays game, that's what people will be talking about more so. Sam Darnold just missed a open Jackson Smith and Jigba, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like we're going to get a Seahawks touchdown. Let me turn the music down in my headset a little bit. I've got a headache, fellas. But you know what? We're going to power through it. And tonight's the night. Hunna's Hill. Everybody's favorite segment. So let me cue that up. So we will modify this. We're going to remix this. We'll do this later once the game ends. But, you know, for now, Mahi. I like the new thumbnail designs. Thanks, Mahi. You know, I try to do the color stuff. It's a, you know, sometimes I'm trying to do colors. Other times I'm just trying to get pictures up. It's a case-by-case basis, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys stopping by. It's late. I'm tired. I'm sure you are. Long Monday. This is the last night I'm going to talk about the Giants game. I will talk about it. Because to be honest with you, I'm still mad about it. Mayfield more like Gayfield. Come on now. I'm still mad about it. I'm not going to complain too much. You know, you got to shake it off, put some water on your face, and move the hell on. But I'll tell you guys, I'm still mad about it. It still hurts. It still hurts. It wouldn't hurt as much if there was an exciting game outside of that one. Zach Charbonnet stuffed at the line. We're going to get 2nd and goal in Seattle. Pass interference, exactly. Yep. So we'll kind of be talking about the Seahawks-Texans game. I got a feeling this game's not going to be interesting pretty soon. I think the Seahawks are going to punch this in. I don't see this Texans offense scoring. As you can see, Stroud isn't doing well. Their run game is abysmal. My God. They have 25 yards on 12 carries. That's a 2.1 yard average. Stroud's got a pick. I believe a fumble as well. He does not have a fumble, but good God. Look, if Rodriguez gets on base, Big Dumper comes to the plate. Go ahead, run. 2 outs, 9th of Game 7. Ends the season on deck. Want to see Big Dumper magic one more time. Who didn't? Charbonnet touchdown. There you go, fellas. Well, Seahawks are giving belt to ass. You know, if it weren't for an untimely Sam Darnold fumble in the end zone, this game would be a lot further apart. But hey. Aren't you glad you stayed up for this one? Chris Brown is here. What is up, man? Look, we made a promise. After every primetime game, and this game's over, I'll call it. I don't care if it's not the Giants. Ball game. I don't care. I got no faith in this Texans offense. No faith in this Texans offensive line. They're a disgrace. Here's a fact. The Giants, according to PFF, which I'm learning day by day. PFF, thank you. Bless you. What I'm learning, as soon as the Bucks failed the 2-point, I knew it was over. Yeah, that one did hurt. Bless you. Thanks, guys. But listen. A lot of bless yous in the chat. You guys are cool, man. Drop a like. That's a more impactful bless you. But no, man. Look, the Bucks offensive, they just didn't coach a good game. The Bucks on offense looked terrible. The Texans on offense looked terrible. It was a defensive night. Yay, defense. Oh, God. We don't need to see the baseball game. I'm not a baseball guy. Look, we know the Lions team is good playing with a lead. If the Lions team can run it, Jahmyr Gibbs had a crazy night. If the Lions can run the ball, they will win. If they can run the ball and play with a lead, they will win the game. And that's what happened tonight. I feel for Baker. He threw the ball 50 times. He had a pick. There were a couple fumbles. One lost fumble, 2 fumbles overall. Lions had a fumble themselves. The Lions locked in. Ball game. Connor's calling it. Yeah, man. You know, and it sucks to say, but like the NFL dropped the ball scheduling this week. They really did. This game was supposed to be fun. I get it. It underwhelmed. Same thing with Texans Seahawks, but this just didn't work out. The fact that Steelers, Bengals, and Giants Broncos were both 32 point like shootouts. So weird. And just a complete L. Just a complete L. I don't want to complain. Gibbs actually might be the RB1 this year. In fantasy or in life? Because I think Gibbs might be the fantasy RB1 for sure. But then you got McCaffrey. I won my fantasy game this week. Somehow I won by 10 points. Yeah, if you had Gibbs this week, you buried your opponent probably. I got smoked. No way around it. JMO is so up and down. I would hate to have him in fantasy. He got 2 targets for nothing. He put up a big 0 tonight. Zach Charbonnet is also tough. There's still 1 quarter. I don't care. Look, if this Texans team can score 15 points and come back down, I'll eat my words. But guys, it's getting late. I was not going to start this stream at 10:30 West. Get you guys joining at 1:30. This probably won't be the longest stream because to be honest, guys, I'm still fucking sad about the Giants. I'm still sad about it. I can't go on Twitter. I can't go on Instagram. They've talked about it on each Monday Night Football game. Seeing Bo Nix's stupid face is driving me crazy. Mike Evans could be out for the season with the Tua injury. Yeah, he could be. It looks like it. I think the confirmed injury was a broken clavicle. So definitely out indefinitely. Jesus. But most likely he's done for the year, which sucks. That will end Mike Evans' 1,000-yard receiving yard streak. Prayers up for Mike Evans. Not a great week for Tampa. It hurts to see. Is Sterling Shepard the ad we all need? Is Sterling Shepard the last piece of our fantasy team puzzles? Evans on my fantasy team, bro. What? I'm sorry, guys. You picked him up because he never gets hurt. He's Mr. Reliable, consistent, and Tampa's having a good season. But let's be honest, he's missed a lot of time this season. It's bad luck. It's unfortunate. It really is. 3rd and 10, all right? The Texans are 1-8 on 3rd down. The Seahawks are 2 for 11. My God. All right, let's see this play. 3rd and 10, Houston. If they don't get this, I mean, you know. Watching Coward call Nix a franchise quarterback pisses me off. I don't want to get copywritten. Sending heat. Stroud sacked. Woody Marks just didn't pick up the blitz well. They sent an extra blitzer. I wish stupid Shane Bowen could have figured out that blitz. I wish, but he's never heard of a fire zone blitz in his life. Going up the C gap, whatever. So that's ball game in Seattle. Colin Cowherd, Mr. Overreaction. He's like, folks. If you win the game, look, I've been watching football for a long time. Brady, Manning, Breeze, what do they have in common? They win when it's close. And I see that with this kid, Nix. Kid. He's 26. Some kid. Congratulations, Bo Nix. You entered the league at your peak, and your peak sucks. He's got the peak of the hill Walter Payton used to run up and down. Like 50 feet. The real question is, should I trade Derrick Henry or Javonte Williams? Derrick Henry. Well, I don't know, man. Some people are saying Derrick Henry's a buy low. Others are saying Javonte Williams is a stud. I would keep him all year. Javonte Williams could easily win you any week. I'd be excited to have Javonte Williams, which I had him last year. Burnt me, whatever. But yeah, so spoiler for Hunna's Hill. Bo Nix isn't moving a spot. He's not. The only way Bo Nix moves a spot is if some people move down. But I'll tell you, even though the Giants lost and I said I wouldn't do this, I'm putting Dart ahead of Nix. But we'll save that conversation for later in the stream. We at least got to finish Seahawks Texans. Coward is the worst. Is the NFL's Ben Shapiro. The thing is, I like Colin Coward. He's interesting. But he has narratives and he just locks into them. Like he's quick to admit when he's wrong. But he locks into narratives and just refuses to let go. He sinks his teeth in. How long was he doing his victory lap on the Baker Mayfield thing? And now, the Bucs are going to lose tomorrow, and he's going to get on TV like, folks, I told you with Baker, Not a quarterback that can play from down behind. So the hill is ordered. The hill is ordered. Oh, the hill is ordered. Yes. Ma, you haven't been here for the hill, I don't believe. The hill is ordered. So turn your stream up to 720 because I know the hill looks a little blurry. Did I miss the Lions recap? I mean, I could do it. Let's do a more like full-fledged recap though, because I did have some things to say. Where's my phone? I have some notes, okay? And I'm just going to read these notes off, just random, like from the hip, all right? Neither O-line played super well. From the Lions' perspective, it was more penalties. They were penalized a lot early on. Goff took a bad fumble early on. But outside of that, they protected. They run blocked outstandingly. David Montgomery didn't do much with the ball, but that's okay. Gibbs picked up the slack. Longest run, 78 yards. Granted, you take out that 78-yard run, he goes 16 for, 52? Is it? Less? 48? No, 58. 16 for 58 is not the greatest game in Jahmyr Gibbs' history, so the long run definitely helped him. But, ultimately, if the Lions can run the ball with a lead, you're not going to beat them. And that's why they got smoked by Washington last year. Because Jared Goff playing from behind is not a good QB, but Jared Goff playing with a lead, that's something. It's something. And frankly, I think this was bad Tampa more than it was good Detroit. And I hate saying that, but Tampa was just not coached well. I heard there were some spotty officiating calls. I wasn't completely dialed into the game because my mom got her license revoked because she failed a test. Sorry, Mom, to put you on blast if you're in here. So I had to pick her up dinner. So I was watching the game on my phone. So I missed a couple drives, but you know what? It's all good. I was still watching. Almost got in a couple crashes. But it was something. Maybe in a few years, if Knicks actually has success in Denver, Coward can call him a franchise QB. Wait, is he a Knicks fan or not? Because, he said he called him a franchise QB. Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, maybe then he can call him a franchise QB. Yeah, maybe. It's backwards. It's the backwards law. It's like, can we all just relax? Like, if Nick's is a franchise QB, then everyone from Matt upwards is a franchise QB. Kyler, Penix, Purdy. It's like, are there 20 franchise QBs in the NFL, including Shador? Is Jake Browning a franchise QB? Definitely bad Tampa. I was so happy Baker missed all them balls. Yeah, man. Not to diss the Lions. The Lions are a good team. No one has ever said the Lions are bad. The question is, can the Lions play and overcome adversity, right? But they didn't have to tonight. Amon-Ra looked great. He looked super quick. He was concentrated. He was locked in. Laporta got a couple grabs. Outside of that, I'm a little underwhelmed just with the numbers. Obviously, Gibbs did great, and Amon-Ra did great. I'm surprised no one else really did much to move the needle. Brock Wright, not anyone's favorite tight end. Khalif Raymond, whatever. J-Mo couldn't get involved. So it's kind of like, it's more bad Tampa. Bad Tampa. Gonna put me on blast 33. Yeah, man. Are we talking about the Seahawks game? Because I just completely have phoned out. Darnold throws it into the D lineman. This game's going nowhere fast. 3rd and 14 Seattle. We may as well watch it. Rocky Sin played, before he got injured, played better. Yeah, no, he did. He did for sure. God, the Lions cannot avoid the injury bug, though. 3rd and 14. What do you got, Sam? Throws a screen to Kenneth Walker. Oh, my gosh. All right. Oh! All right. We're going to get 4th and 1 for Seattle. They're going to punt. Good effort, though. That's how you run clock. You know what hurts? Every team in the NFL knows how to run clock and play with a lead, besides the team I root for consistently. But I did think Rocky Sin played well. I've said before in my O-line video, the Lions have one of, if not, I believe I said the best offensive line in football. They just got a couple flags tonight, but otherwise they played really well. A couple false starts. It is what it is. Shake it off. Monday Night Football. It was a weird one. A Monday Night Football game that started at 4 o'clock West. I didn't care for it. I hated the schedule tonight, guys. I really did. I'm pissed that it's like this late and we're still watching a game. I'm getting Pickens for May. I already have Jalen Hurts, and the guy I'm trading for is just preferred QB. Love it. Love it. If anybody wants to talk fantasy, we can do that, man, because these games aren't giving us much. Are they doing a fake punt? Seahawks doing a fake punt hard count? Jake Bobo going to take it? This is a hard count. What a weird formation this is. Snap it. Why not, Seahawks? Do it. Do it. They're not going to snap it. Oh, well. That was fun. All right. Here we go. This is what I wanted to say, and I don't want to keep complaining, but I'm gonna. Knows how to get a good kicker or punter. Yeah, exactly. Once again, no one's talking about this. Jamie Gillen, worst punter in the NFL. We know the Giants have a kicker problem, but we also have a punter problem and a coaching problem. and a receiver problem and a coaching problem. Anyways, watching two teams play football. Okay, Dave Chappelle says this, right? Shout out Keenan Allen, cooked for me. There we go. There it is. I like that. Anyone who's starting Keenan Allen, that's a bold fella. Chris. Listen, Dave Chappelle says this with comedy. He says, I don't like watching other comedians do comedy because it's like swear word. Because it's like watching someone fuck your girl. That's what he says. It's like watching someone else have sex with your woman, your partner. Because they're doing something you love. They're taking it from you. That's how I felt watching Monday Night Football today. It's like, how can I watch the sport of football when I know that my team got conned? I've seen this Amazon ad 8 times of this dad in shorts. I've completely had it. Some of Gillen's holds mess up. Very great points. Very good point. That's something a lot of people aren't talking about because you still have to make the point afters. But Jamie Gillen's an idiot. We have an Irish kicker and a Scottish punter. What the hell? What, are we trying to get diversity points with the UN? What is this? I don't even know if Scotland's in the UN anymore. Anyways, but not a QB problem. Thank you, Mohammed. CMC went ham this week with 40. When he's healthy, he's so good. Well, yeah, CMC is the king, man. He's not Rico Dowdle, but he's pretty good. May and Nick's in fantasy. Never been so disappointed in Nick and Sean in my life. Drake may deserve to be drafted over JD. I love this pad schedule. Oh, yeah. JD, yeah, Drake May has been a beast. If you can get Drake May MVP odds, it's a pretty good value. I took it myself. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying. But yeah, that's my little giant spiel. What else happened? See where Greenlaw got suspended for threatening a ref for a field goal for like bumping his teammate? Yeah! He threw a flag. I wish they pulled him back 15 and re-kicked. That would have been a nice little break for us. Then they would have really talked about officiating. If they threw a flag while everyone rushed the field, that would have been nice. That flag did a whole lot of nothing for us. I did see that. I didn't see it in game time because I was too busy, like, you know, pondering suicide. Anyways, talked about this before. ESPN has like 8 licensed songs. They cue them up every game. I'm sick of hearing them. I have them memorized at this point. They play like... They play like Take Me Home at the end of the third quarter. They play like, I don't have them memorized, but the point is that they play the same songs over and over again. It pisses me off. Never thought Drake May would be on a Tom Brady arc this year. Insane. He is. Drake May's for real. I hope you guys have all seen my Drake May video. If you haven't, check it out. But I think he found me through the Drake May video. Some of you may as well. May have done that as well. I gotta start talking about individual players more. That was fun talking about Drake May. And I clearly called my shot. The only reason I made that is because my friend's buddy, he's like, when's the Drake May video coming out? And I was like, what? And it became an inside joke, so I just figured, fuck it. May 10th? Why not? It's a mix of divorced dad rock and supermarket music. Yeah, exactly. And I like divorced dad rock, but I don't want to hear the same song every week. Other notes. Here's the thing. Again, these are notes I got from Bucks Lions, by the way, so I will talk about Bucks Lions more. Another note. I got a great solution to stop the gambling epidemic in our country. This may have been said already, I think Dan Soder did a bit about this. But if he didn't, I want credit for it. But I think Dan Soder did this bit already. But it is a good solution. Legislatively. From a legislation perspective, I found you from the Tanking for Loser video. Still love that video. That's my favorite video I've ever made. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate that. Real ones would have seen this coming. The solution to the gambling epidemic is that every time you show someone winning a bet, you have to show someone losing a bet. You got to go even keel. I was watching the ESPN bet ad narrated by Stephen A. Smith, who is on a brutal media tear right now, by the way. Stephen A. Smith is getting on every podcast, talking on LeBron James like it's just disgraceful. Like, no one actually goes to Stephen A. for any kind of insightful information or opinions anymore, but like, he's ripping on LeBron over their confrontation that happened like 8 months ago, where Stephen A. completely bitched out. And you know what happened? Stephen A. feels like a little man. He's definitely overcompensating. Here's the thing with Stephen A. that we know for sure. He got confronted by LeBron and he bitched out. We know that for sure. He talked ill on Serena Williams and her marriage because she went up and danced for a Super Bowl halftime show about her ex, Drake. And he said, I would never let my wife do that. He's not married. I wonder why. Serena Williams' husband goes on First Take and says, hey, Steven, I hear you have some marriage advice for me. You want to elaborate? And Stephen A completely folds like a panini, right? Then he goes on his other media tour talking about LeBron James, who I don't think LeBron's losing sleep over Stephen A. Smith. He contradicts himself through many soliloquies. That's his favorite word, soliloquy. And we know for a fact that Stephen A. Smith likes to get his ass eaten. I'm glad the music stopped right there. We know that for a fact. That much we know for sure. How do we know that for sure? Because on his Stephen A. Smith show, someone asked him, does he do that to a woman? And he says, no way. They ask him, they're like, do you eat ass and do you get your ass eaten? He goes, I would never eat a woman's ass. And then he said, and for the other thing, and he makes a face. I don't want to be crude here, but that happened. That happened. Stephen A is the worst. I kind of just ignored the chat for a second. Fuck Dan Soder. He took Katie Nolan from me. I got another question for you guys later, but we'll get to that in a minute. Exactly. I was caught by surprise. My homie just turned 18, been betting on every game. He lost 100, then got lucky, won 120. Shout out to Chris Brown's homie. Skip Bayless or Sass? Well, that's a tricky situation. Because Skip Bayless is like a confirmed racist. Skip Bayless is like, all of his takes are like racially charged for the most part. But then Stephen A is just such a mouthpiece. It's a tough call. Also, welcome to the chat, Brady. The NBA going away more away from ESPN's hopefully going to make it more watchable. I don't disagree with you. ESPN has a chokehold. Disney more so. I mean, hell, we're on the ESPN website right now. We can complain about ESPN all we want. This is the best interface I can find. CBS blows. NFL.com doesn't give you any information. The website that hosts the NFL league doesn't give you any information. To answer the question, though, Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless, I'd rather watch Skip Bayless. If that's the question, I'd rather watch Skip Bayless. I'd rather go to dinner with Stephen A. Smith. Like, how, would you rather have $1 million or dinner with Jay-Z? I would probably take dinner with Stephen A. Smith over $500. If someone said $500 or dinner with Stephen A. Smith, I would go to the dinner with Stephen A. Smith, especially as a sports media type. I'd love to understand what he does to be so successful, other than kiss ass, right? But Stephen A. is the worst. That kind of got off topic, but it's never a bad time to rip on Stephen A. But he voices the ESPN bet ad, which I hate that ad. They talk about, they're like, hey, if you lose a bet, you can just bet on your fantasy team. It's already loaded into the app. It's like, hello? Is that not like super manipulative? Texans are throwing like 40 yards. Yeah, I guess we can start the Texans game cast for a second. Nothing has happened, by the way. Louis Riddick is shaking his head. They always give Louis Riddick and Dan Orlovsky the worst games. I feel bad. It's like the red blue pill, but Skip Bayless. LeBron trolling Stephen A on Instagram was peak comedy. Oh, I know. He's a clown. He's a mouthpiece. He's a caricature of a sports journalist. He's a disgrace to the field. I know some people in here, I know at least one person is like a sports journalism type. Maybe some more of you guys are, but like, man, it's a damn shame. Like, FS1 is better than ESPN. And it's just like, I don't know, guys. You guys should only watch my videos and not consume any other sports content. That's a joke. But, Stephen A is also a joke. But my solution to the ESPN bet ad, from a legislative perspective, every time you show someone winning, you have to also show someone losing. Because in theory, gambling is supposed to be a 50-50 game. Now, we all know the odds are tilted towards the house. But if they want to call it a 50-50 bet, that's fine. Get that in the legislature. How funny would that be? Someone being like, I just lost my house. Damn it. No one would bet. It would solve the problem. And it would be a much more realistic view. Just like how medicine ads have to have that awkward, like, if you start pissing fire, go to a hospital immediately. Common side effects are suicide, depression, and, AIDS. Like when they do that's like the legislative step up. We need that for gambling ads, okay? I'm like way out of my scope here. Tonight, the games aren't worth talking about. Anyway, back to Lions Bucks though. I already said Amazon has that stupid ad. They've played 100 times. Nico Collins going to the locker room, by the way. Look away, fantasy players. That would be what would be the opposite of someone winning a lifetime of cash? Someone like, you know, spending themselves to the poorhouse. Someone landing on the street because they bet on the Giants money line yesterday. They thought it was free. Could you imagine betting Giants money line and hitting that bet yesterday? Darnold going deep. Horton almost, not quite. Damn it all. All right. What else? Mike Evans' injury hurt to watch as a football player myself. A lot of turnovers at the end of the half, but why not? They're fun. I got a question for you. I got a couple questions. Tampa had a fight around that 2-3 quarter turn, but then they didn't do anything afterwards. The Tez Johnson touchdown was a lot of fun. Those are my notes. They're not great notes. I'm so grateful I got my gambling addiction out before turning 21. It's just getting worse now. That's the slippery slope of it, man. That's where we're at. I don't think Jarv's in here, but Jarv, he's always telling me money lines and spreads, and I don't judge the fella. But I have gotten hooked into betting. I'll tell you, when Underdog was legalized, I was early to Underdog, or Daily Fantasy. I was like, oh my God, this is free. I was early to Underdog in my state because I live in California. I bet a preseason game. I remember Jake Browning was in the ticket. Tyrod Taylor was in the ticket. Chase Brown was in the ticket. I'm still stuck on Stephen A. getting his booty eaten like a Thanksgiving turkey. Hey, he said it. He said it. I don't want to pull up the clip because I don't want to give that bastard any of my monetization money. There isn't any. But I don't want to get copyrighted by Stephen A. Smith, so we're not going to watch it. But just know, it is a true thing. I would not make that up. And it was not AI. This is before you could deep fake anything. It was not AI. It was on his show. He answered a tweet. Will you take the crew on NBA tonight with Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and Ernie over Stephen A? Yeah. Easily. Easily, man. I would take, like, Grossi and Perna over Steven and Skip Bayless at this point. And they're not, I don't even think they're that funny. Holy shit, the Seahawks fumbled. Okay, so the Seahawks fumbled. It looks like it's Texans football. Well, 2-score game. I guess anything's possible. Let's see if the Texans can go down and score. Azeez Al-Shaair. Boy, the Seahawks are trying to give this away. Just released Mike Evans. Big sad. Prayers up to Chris Brown and Mike Evans. I should, Mike Evans first. Elijah Arroyo fumbled it. He coughed it up. That's a damn shame. Texans football. Burning question, where should Tyler Lockett go after being released to the Titans? I'm glad you brought up the Titans because I have a question about that. Where should he go? Buffalo, maybe. That would be cool. Let Tyler Lockett go to like a real contender. I know the Seahawks have contended before. I think he's actually a Super Bowl champion if I'm not. No, he's not. He was not on those first Seahawks teams. But Seahawks have been good with him before. But I would love to see Tyler Lockett on like a true blue contender. Maybe Baltimore. Give Lamar Jackson some help. Although they already have Zay Flowers. So that's kind of a contradictory play. I don't think he'd make a big impact anywhere, though. I really don't. Like, I think it's admirable that he wanted to be cut. The Titans are a disaster. Anywhere that has a forward pass in the playbook. Here's my question to you guys. Stroud dropping back. Throws short to Woody Marks. There goes Woody. All right. Here's my question. Because I think it's mostly... other than... I think Brady might be a Giants fan. Andy Sams. Steelers. What's up, Andy? Yeah, Steelers would be a cool pick. That'd be interesting. God knows they need it. They won't get him involved. I think Calvin Austin's better than Tyler Lockett, but hey. Gibbs, St. Brown, Judkins, 168 feels good. Yeah. I think Lamar will be back next week. The Ravens all but said. They were on bye this week. They wanted to rest him one more week. Raiders would be dumb. I would hate if he went to the Raiders. That would feel so pointless, getting cut from the Titans to go to the Raiders. Here's my question to you fellas. Given what the Giants did yesterday, I know a lot of you guys are fans of different teams. Chris, Bengals are a disaster right now. Patriots have been through it. Saints aren't exactly great. But here's my question. Genuinely, as fans, and I'd like for everyone to respond to this if you can. And drop a like if you haven't already. With the Giants losing, do you still think they'll make a trade for a wide receiver? At this point, I don't even care. Here's my question. Would you rather be a Giants fan living through yesterday or be a Titans fan right now today? If you had to pick a fan base to root for before yesterday, would you rather have sat through a team that played well and should have won but lost, or a team that has gotten their brakes beat off all season long and their number one overall pick does not look great? Which team would you rather be a fan of? Sorry, Brady, for disrespecting your question. I just wanted to say that. I could see Raiders because of his connection with Pete and Gino. That would be interesting, actually. But let me just say this. But I honestly hope they trade for a wide receiver. We need one for sure. But at the same time, it's like, this isn't the Super Bowl year. We may as well save our draft capital. I'd rather us get a corner that can actually play. That would be nice. Get Deonte Banks out of town. Giants. All right. So it seems like Giants is the easy one. One of them sad times. Yeah. Pour one out for the Mike Evans fantasy owners. Dart looks better anywhere. Besides for Cam Ward, what future does the Titans have? Giants have to watch this shit in Indiana. Yeah. All right, you guys are making me feel better. I was thinking about it, and I was like, as mad as I am about the Giants, and I'm mad, believe me, coaching holding your team back, Giants, because Hunnaball likes the front office. It's been difficult to be a Giants fan this year, but Dart and Scat have given him a team and a spark. All right, you guys are making me feel better. You guys aren't making me feel better, because objectively, that is the right answer, right? As frustrating as it is, as pointless and as hurtful as that loss was yesterday, and my short didn't even do that well, so it was all for nothing. But at a certain point, you got, like, playing well is better than playing poorly. That's how it is, you know? And the Giants aren't in, like, salary cap hell. They have a young rookie QB with a spark who's been playing well. I said that Dart didn't play well yesterday. He didn't play his best game, but he also didn't play bad. Okay? Clearly it wasn't on him. Giants have some pieces on defense, some interesting pieces. Okay, here's what I want to say about that really quick. Here's a fact for you guys. Let's go to stats really quick. I think everybody in here, hate it or love it, can agree with what Chris Brown said. Interesting pieces, some good pieces on defense, right? Going into the season, the Giants didn't have a sneaky good defensive line. Personnel-wise, they had one of, if not the best defensive line in the league, right? I think this is more indicting on Shane Bowen than anything else. The Giants should have a great defensive line, which should lead to sacks. Brian Burns is tied for the NFL lead in sacks. So you would think the Giants would be around here, right? In the top 5 of sacks, right? They're not. Seahawks haven't even played, and the Giants are behind them. Okay? Where do you think the Giants are? 6, 7, 8? Let's see. Complete leaders. You keep scrolling. 15. They have the same amount of sacks as the Raiders and the Micah Parsons-less Cowboys. That's how we've used this textbook pass rush. No, Ann, you didn't miss it. But I did ask a question. Would you rather be a Giants fan or a Titans fan? And the chat overwhelmingly said Giants. So, you know, sorry to throw the team under the bus there, pal. One of the hardest strength of schedules is to compete in nearly every game. That is true. Follow-up question. Be a Saints fan or a Browns fan? That is an interesting one. Jeez, a lot to respond to, actually. I'd say I could, if a Giants, I'd lose my mind over head coach week after week. It would be a field day. It's tough. But, you know, being an Eagles fan, you can't exactly always be excited about the coach either. You also need a coach and to fix up that secondary. Agreed. But would I rather be a Saints fan or a Browns fan? Probably a Saints fan. They got the Super Bowl. The Browns just feel cursed. The Browns just feel straight up cursed. I'm sorry, Jack, if you're still in here. But the Browns are just snake bitten like the Jets. But the Browns have more sacks than the Giants. Cowboys, same amount. Like, can you believe that? Can you believe this? Yeah, 6, 7. Brian Burns is so good. Brian Burns is sweet. 4 rings is better than no rings. Stopping the Brady era twice is redeemable. I agree. I'm just talking like sitting through a tough loss or sitting through a tough loss like that or just knowing you lost outright. You know, it's tough. We do need a rehaul of coaches, though. I'm bouncing back and forth on whether or not to fire Dable because I don't know who exactly we'd replace him with. But Shane Bowen's got to go. Shane Bowen should have been fired today. Jude McTapney should have been cut today. I don't know what the hell we're doing. There's no way the Giants only have 2 more sacks than the Titans. I know. Shocking, right? Shocking. Granted, the Eagles are surprisingly low as well. But, like, how do the Ravens... I mean, the Ravens D-line sucks. God, the Jags having 8 sacks. Gale. I don't know if Gale's in here, but there you go. That blows. But, yeah, 15 sacks. Same amount as the Raiders. Same amount as the Bills. The Bills are good, but come on. Like, less than the Vikings, less than the Pats, less than the Browns, Commanders, you name it. They have less than half of the sacks the Denver Broncos have. And, like, Jonathan Cooper's good. Nick Benito's an all-pro player. But they're not household names. Dexter Lawrence has been tearing it up all season. Browns will do it. It'll be euphoria. Yeah, if the Browns ever win a Super Bowl, that will shut down the NFL for a year. As stupid as it sounds, they need another interior D lineman out of Dex. The great. Well, that they tried to address that with Darius Alexander, And I didn't realize this. Our run defense played like hell yesterday. I believe the Broncos had 5.8 yards per carry, if I'm not mistaken, maybe more. Dobbins had 5.8. They had 5.9. Knicks ran all over us. We blew contain on the regular. But will any of us live to see a Browns Super Bowl? I hope so. I hope we see a Browns Super Bowl before the world ends. That's the question. Will the world end or will the Browns Super Bowl happen first? It's tough to pick the Browns in that one. Stroud is out. Oh, boy, he is hurt. Jeez, man. Well, so much for that fumble. Did they even get a first down? This game blows. This game blows. Did they even get a first down? I literally have the game on. Okay, they did get a first down. But a blindside block set them in bad field position. That sucks. That straight up sucks. But I'm not going to do the giant sob story much more. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. Afterwards, I'm going to move on. Check it and forget it, because everybody has tough losses. A loss like that, pretty uncommon. It's happened one other time since 1970. The Broncos scored tied for second most points in the fourth quarter in NFL history. Like, how? How do you do that? The only good thing about the Titans is their D-line. Jeffrey Simmons is sick. I love Jeffrey Simmons. Boy, I missed a lot of chats. If the Browns week one start to Sanders, they still won't find success. Well, come on, don't knock out Shador yet. Brian did make the playoffs with Dan Jones. Got to be decent at least. Yeah, that's the conundrum. He's got to be decent, but he makes ridiculous game decisions. He has no idea what to do with the depth chart. The kicker situation has gone on way too long. This dates back to last year. So you're saying Shador Sanders is LeBron James? Yes. Cavs never thought they would win a ring. One LeBron return 1-3 the Raiders, or against the Warriors. Anything is possible. Never understood drafting QBs without 5-10 upside before day 3. Do you think Cam Ward doesn't apply to that? Like, do you think Cam Ward apply like top 5-10 upside? He's got a strong arm. No doubt there. It's getting chippy. Texans Seahawks is getting chippy. They're fighting on the bench. Cooper Kupp's getting upset. There are trainers involved. JSN got punched. Good God. All right, everyone's okay. Shake it off. Jeez, JSN just fell into the lion's den. Game's been awful, but JSN and fantasy have to be invested. Fair enough. Then we'll watch for JSN. But to be honest, this game sucked. Not like Otto Graham from the 40s, 50s gave Cleveland like 7 world championships before Super Bowls were invented. That does count. No, it doesn't. It does count. Fight, fight, fight. Browns had back-to-back first overall picks and have one playoff win to show for it. It hurts. It hurts. Being a Browns fan is something I'm not jealous of, just like being a Jets fan. It just hurts. I'm obviously going to be biased, but there's enough there to be top 10. Hey, top 7. I agree. Look, if you want to see the upside of your young quarterback, go ahead. I just think a 5-year starter with accuracy and technique issues is not a great place to start, especially when the Titans can't help him. That's my biggest thing with Cam Ward, is that the Titans just don't give him any help. Drafting a QB into a situation like the Titans had is just kind of a recipe for disaster. And how many times do you get the number 1 pick? But like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm very curious to see how the Titans look next week or next year. Very curious. Once they have like Cam Ward established, they have a new coach, a whole new look. Let's find out what the Titans are really about. Let's find out what they're made out of, okay? Cedric Gray, Jeff Simmons have been the 2 best players on the team. I agree. Closest Browns got to Braun was probably Flacco in 2023. Well, that was sick. Sweat is a beast, too. I don't know if Key stays on the team. Is Sweat? Josh Sweat? Montez Sweat? Is he on the Titans? I know they went to Mississippi State together. Montez Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons, but I didn't know. Is Sweat like... Is he on the Titans? Maybe you're thinking of someone else, but he was on IR. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. That ref protecting Jackson. Oh, wait, how'd the Texans get the ball back? What the hell? All right, well, Texans have the ball back, so I guess the game's technically not over. Stroud's back in, by the way, so he's definitely not out. Oh, boy, so JSN just got, like, shoved onto the bench. Good God, what an awkward scene. Tavondre Sweat. Okay, I must not know ball. I don't even know who the hell that is. That's why I hate teams drafting QB and not getting them solid structure. I think that's most important. It's situationally. It's the nature-nurture argument. It's you got to give the QB something to work with. And there are some exceptions, but you look at CJ Stroud, he just straight up doesn't look as good because the Texans can't protect him. Jackson Dart, hate him or love him, he has no one to throw to. He's still making it work, but like he's no one to throw to. He's going to go out there and get himself hurt. Texas TT from last year. Dude's a beast. All right, Jesus, I completely forgot. Oh, you know what? I have heard of Devondre Sweat. I have heard of him. But I blanked on it. I forgot him. I wanted the Bengals to take Sweat. Well, there it is. Chris, you should apply for a scouting job, man. Yeah, and then Connor's still talking about the Browns' history, which I respect. Jim Brown, one of the greatest football players ever. A better running back than Emmitt Smith, no doubt. No one's going to disagree with me on that one. Boy, this Texans-Seahawks game is getting chippy quick. Possible late hit on Dalton Schultz. His clavicle's hurt as well. That sucks. By the way, guys, I got like a plantar thing going on now. So my other foot is injured, so that's exciting. Reek Woolen, straps. There you go. 3rd and 5 for the Texans. But yeah, guys, so that's like, you know, that's the Giants spiel. We get it. But yeah, I mean, it's just so important that you give your quarterback a good situation to succeed. Look at Baker. Look at Darnold. Like a good coach, a decent O-line, a wide receiver to throw to. Just some infrastructure. And it's like you don't want to wait on QB because how often do you get a high pick? But like, Mahomes went what, 10, 11, 12? Mahomes didn't go number 1 overall. Jalen didn't go number 1 overall. Lamar didn't go number 1 overall. Jalen Hurts didn't go number 1 overall. No matter what quarterback you want. Listen, out of these guys, Baker went number 1 overall, but you can argue Baker had his struggles. Stroud almost intercepted, but not quite. 4th and 5 for the Texans. Like, if we go to Hunter's Hill real quick, right? You look at this, right? Baker was number 1, but that's not fair. Who's more injury prone, Hunter or the 49ers roster? Me. But to be fair, I'm playing 2 games. The Niners are playing 1. What are these 50-50 passes? Yeah, that Stroud is definitely taking a step back. But again, the Texans' offensive play calling is so uninspiring. Bears could have had Mahomes. Exactly. But they who'd they have at that point? Mitch Trubisky. They wanted to roll with Mitch. Yeah, Mahomes was the 3rd quarterback off the board. Jalen was the third quarterback off the board. Lamar was the 5th. Stafford, Stafford's good. But he was taken in what, 2005? Oh, Texans at the 4-yard line. We have ourselves a ball game. Jalen Noel. That was sick. But like, when was Stafford? Oh no, Stafford was picked 2008 probably, or 2009, right? Like you said, last number 1 overall pick to win an MVP was Cam Newton. Yeah, tankings for losers. Yeah, this is basically just me recapping my tankings for losers video. I just realized. Yeah, good point. Last number 1 overall pick to win an MVP was Cam Newton. Last number 1 overall pick to win a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him was Eric Fisher. So there you go. And there are some exceptions, right? Jared Goff went ahead of Wentz, right? Jared Goff was 1, Wentz was 2. I believe that's what happened. So Jared Goff technically, but he's a glorified game manager if we're being honest. He's the best game manager the NFL's ever seen. Drake May, not the first quarterback off the board. Dan Jones, hate him or love him, not the first quarterback off the board. Darnold, same thing. Dak, picked late. Love, picked late. Herbert, not the number 1 guy. Granted, Burrow's hurt, but it's very convenient for this argument. Trevor has been underwhelming. It's like no one's going to say that, like, Rodgers off, like, late, You guys get the point. 0-9 out of Georgia. Yeah, because it was after their 0-17 season. Stroud rolls out, 2nd and goal, facing heat, throws it to the ground, 3rd and goal. I think Saquon's having a setback season after being close to breaking Eric Dickerson's rushing record last year. Burrow is the only exception. I think Saquon, there's tread on the tires finally. I think, I don't want to, look, I don't love Saquon. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I hate that he did that documentary. But look at this. He's 28. Born in 97. I don't want to say that's like an old man, but the fact that he's 1 year younger than Christian McCaffrey is not ideal. It's straight up not ideal. McCaffrey's great, don't get me wrong, but usually McCaffrey's the exception. Usually running backs fall off a cliff right around here. Like Dalvin Cook fell off around this time, right? Like countless examples. Arian Foster, Le'Veon Bell, you name it. It's the exception, not the rule, right? Burrow can't overcome the Bengals' own incompetence when it comes to winning. He's a top 3 QB. I don't disagree with you. But again, it's situationally. Football's a team game. Any draft facts I'll probably know, just ask Lowell. All right, I appreciate that, Chris. The draft guide. Following the draft is so fun. We will definitely be doing a lot of draft coverage this year, by the way. We'll do combine streams. That'll be fun. Oh, who's going to run the fastest 40? I got to really study college then. Good God. Man, I really got to watch college ball if I'm going to be talking about the combine. Oh boy, this is a whole new example. But anyway, whole new thing. But anyway, Yeah, dude, this game, all right, 4th and goal. If the Texans don't get this, I know we already called ball game, but 4th and goal, this is it, fellas. This is it. If you're watching Texans Seahawks, timeout on the play. Game is stopped. Remember Todd Gurley? What if in today's NFL? Yeah, Todd Gurley, he fell off around this time as well. And Todd Gurley was awesome. Todd Gurley might be in his like early 30s, honestly. He's really not that old. Carnell Tate. Where'd he go? All right. 4th and goal on the half-yard line. Tush push? Anyone? Looks like they're giving this to Woody Marks. Possible wide receiver 1. All right, there we go. I like it. Woody Marks is stopped. Oh, my God. This Texans offensive line. There is a flag. I think it's an illegal shift. Or is that a false start? Oh, it's a false start. We're going to get a redo. We're going to get a redo. The Texans get saved by a nonsense inside zone play call. They get saved. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Very ticky-tack false start. I don't know how they call that, but can't call it tush push, but whatever. Very ticky-tack false start. Whatever. Alabama and Ohio State lesser-known wide receivers are going to ball this year. Well, that's a hot... Well, come on, Micro. That's not a Micro. Come on. That can't be that hot of a take. All right, are we going to get another timeout? Okay, another timeout for the Seahawks. Timeout, Hawks. Jesus. Can I give props to UAB wide receiver Iverson Hooks? Damn it, why am I so tired? 11 catches, 172, and 3 tubs. Yes. Just watched a shit ton of Brett Coleman and Bengal. You should be fine for the draft. Dude, I love Bengal. Bengal's awesome. Bengal is one of my favorite sports YouTubers, by the way. Not just because he's a Giants fan. Bengal is so funny. Bengal is straight up hilarious. I say this a lot. Grossi, Perna, if you like them, great. I'm not knocking them. Their comedy style is very different than mine. Bengal, that's the exact kind of content creator I'm trying to be. Bengal is hilarious. If you're ever like up late at night and you're like, God, I'm bored, and you've watched all my videos and liked them 5 times over, throw on a Bengals out of context montage. Big offsides missed on the edge there. Stroud misses Higgins. Ball game unless there's a flag on the play. Crazy offsides that they missed there. Crazy offsides, but that is ball game. Seahawks. Love Bengals mock draft Mondays. Dime to the dirt. Yeah, can we see that offsides again? Refs have gotten so bad at calling offsides, by the way. Let's see this one more time. I think it's Mafe. So obviously offsides. No, it was Dexter Lawrence. Not Dexter Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah, so clearly offsides. The NFL feed is showing it. Unreal. How do you miss that call? Texans fans are pissed, and rightfully so, but come on. What a brutal goal line try for the Texans, man. My God. You know what? Maybe DeMarcus was barely onside. I still would have called it, though. Brady, way funnier when you're a bad team. Well, yeah, for sure. Way funner, yeah. One of their boys was getting canceled for saying a homophobic slur I'm not allowed to say in this YouTube chat. Look at you, Chris Brown, growing. You were talking about a certain fascist leader a few weeks ago, and now we're keeping stuff out of the chat. I appreciate that. Giants, so they've been interesting the past few years. Yeah, exactly. Brady's a Giants fan. I thought I remembered that. So there it is. Also, check this out. This has nothing to do with anything, but look at this. I got this for the new vids. You know, it's like a mic. It's for like the microphone I use. So now I don't have to like hold it with my hand and get all that like feedback. Now I can be like, Hunnaball, coming at you live. Funny story with this. I get this delivered. Hey, I get this delivered. Flacco. I get this delivered. And I get a call from my leasing office, and they're like, hey, we have your package, which is weird. Normally, they just drop the package off at my door, at my mailbox. But I think Amazon shut down today, so the guy was just like, I'm just going to leave this at the leasing office. Whatever. Here's what I thought was weird. The leasing office opened the package, which, like, can I sue them for that? Can I sue them for opening my Amazon package, even if it's during a shutdown? You know, like it was this, like it wasn't anything to be concerned about. It was a mic stand, for God's sake. But like, I don't know, pondering a lawsuit. Other thing. All right, here's another life story because I don't have any Hinge updates, unfortunately. I wish I did, but nothing new happened. To be honest, I've been so sad about the Giants. I've had no desire to swipe. Not that I'm getting a bunch of love, but you know, I've had no desire. There's this app called Too Good to Go, right? Hunnaball rant. Here we go. There's this app called Too Good to Go. It's a great app. You get to download. You get to pick up leftovers. Usually, restaurants don't give you leftovers. It's more so just like food they just made. Like it's for a good cause. Darnold sacked again. Is that a safety? Down at the 1. Good God, the Seahawks are trying to lose this game. Well, Texans are gonna get the ball back. Every time you think it's over, it's not. Too good to go. You get leftovers, right? They probably opened it accidentally, but it'd be funny to sue them. I should sue my leasing office. Get free rent for a year. Okay. So I use this app, Too Good to Go. And almost always you get a pretty good setup. And I use it a lot with this pizza place. There's this pizza place by me. They make good pies, man. It's like a New York style. And they usually will put like a pepperoni, a cheese, a deep dish, and then like some weird one, right? Like a mixed, a veggie, whatever. A mixed pizza. So I'm all excited. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this Too Good to Go pizza. It's 4 pizza slices, $5. Can't beat it. And it's not like it's old pizza, right? So I go, I pick it up. Problem is, I get an alert on my phone. Because this timing is very important on this app. You get a 15-minute window right when they close. I get an alert on my app saying, hey, dude, your pizza's ready. Your pizza's ready. Go grab it, pal. They said it's ready early. Go get you some. So I'm like, all right. Shit, I'll go early. I got, you know, this game's going nowhere. I'll go grab the pizza pie. So I go. I get in the store and they're like, hey, man, aren't you a little early? And I'm like, I got an alert on my phone that said I could come early because, you know, no one's here. And you guys have all the food items out. Like, I don't think anybody's going to come in half an hour before closing on a Monday. Dude, I don't think you guys are going to get a big rush. She's like, well, you know, like... it can't be done. It can't be done. Also, wow, Stroud with a dime to Noel. So she's all mad at me because I went early. And I'm like, no one's here. So she's like, all right, fine, I'll get it for you. The one-time thing, as if I'm running some scheme to get pizza an hour early. That's my game, yeah. Tell me why this girl, like I said, they usually give you pepperoni, cheese, Texans first down, deep dish, and then like a veggie. This woman gives me Hawaiian, gross deep dish, these like mini calzones, and that's that, a spinach artichoke calzone. It was edible. But do you think her giving me the Hawaiian was like a fuck you? Do you think that was like a, yeah, you come here early, we're gonna give you a Hawaiian pizza? I got nothing against Hawaiian pizza, but it's not my favorite, I'll say that. No update on the Tinder dates, gotta keep us all in the loop. Believe me, I will. My fave pizza, Texans first down. Really? Jesus. Really? That's your favorite pizza? But yeah, no, I got nothing on the Hinge front. I wish. I should get on Tinder just for the bits. But yeah. I'm gonna text when you partake, when you can't. But it's like, normally they give you a damn, like, pepperoni. I saw it! They had, like, a bunch of pizza left over. They had... That's a big F you. Thank you. Yeah, she said F you. Thank you, guys. She was well older. She was like 40s, 50s, whatever. Working at a pizza place on a Monday night. I get it. It's frustrating times. The economy sucks right now. I get it. That's why I'm getting $5 leftover pizza. But they had every pie laid out. They give me a Hawaiian. I'm like, come on. But the only pizza near me is Pizza Ranch. That sucks, Mahi. You gotta find some good pizza. Had a similar situation. DoorDash brought me only fries. He went back, got the actual meal, but brought back the milkshake. So there goes dinner. Hope you got your money back, Connor. But that's what I mean. I just, you know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Maybe not on stream. I care about two things in life. And I mean this. Giants and food. Those are the two things that can get me really mad really quickly. I have never gotten to like a screaming match with my girlfriend. I can't bring it out of me. I'm like, I really don't care that much. Like, you know, it is what it is. You want to be mad at me? So be it. I forgot our anniversary. I suck. Oh well. I flirted with another girl in front of you. That didn't happen, but like she took it as that. Sucks. I'm sorry. You lie to me over and over again. A woman has cheated on me before, and I still get more mad when my server has attitude. Genuinely, I have been cheated on, and when a server is like giving me shit, like if they don't say my pleasure at Chick-fil-A, that'll piss me off more than anything a woman can do to me. I don't care about a female, like frustration wise. I care about women. I don't care about a female frustration wise. Unless she is serving me food. I've never dated a girl that can cook, so that'll be an interesting paradox there. But that's my little 2 cents. I'm not very articulate tonight, fellas. I'm tired. Stinky Steven, how are there 3 football games all week? Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously. That's why the title of this stream is The Longest Weekend. By the way, reminder, drop a like if you haven't already. The Silver Cougar was intimidated. Yeah, seriously. Intimidated by the Hunna man. Hunna lore, what the fuck, banger. It's true! It's true, fellas. Ignore my message, clearly I'm off topic. No, Steven, it's cool. We're here to talk football, damn it. Stroud! Finally! Oh my god, he dropped it. Woody Marks dropped it. Jesus. Are you bringing us back 30 years? I don't hate women. I just can't bring myself to care. I'm apathetic. I'm just generally apathetic. That's why I'm afraid to get into a relationship. I don't want to lead a girl on and then, Look, I'll say this. Every girl that I've been intimate with has blocked me on Instagram. That is true. I wear that with pride. With honor. Every girl I've been intimate with has blocked me on Instagram. And not because I'm some toxic douchebag, but because I break up with them and they're just like, but things were going so great. I'm like, yeah, but I don't really give a shit. Oh my god, the Texans got stopped again. Why are they running the ball? There's 3 minutes in the game. Throw it. My god. Just give up at this point. Just kneel it down. God. CJ Stroud's their leading rusher. Other than that, Woody Marks has 1.5 a carry. What if Jackson Dart was a woman? Well, that would change everything. Jackson Dart's mom has my heart, by the way. What I would do. All right. 3rd and goal. The Texans are running the clock down all the way. So funny. They're down 2 scores, and they're running the play clock down. Stroud. Finally! Jesus! Touchdown! Woody Marks, who's hurt. He's hurt on the play, but damn. Jeez, only took them 5 red zone trips. If the Texans could do anything on offense, this game would have been easy money. He'd be a tall baddie. That's for sure. So it's like PTSD of wanting fast food, DoorDash now, lol. You never know what's end up ordering on your doorstep meal order. Exactly, Connor. I agree with you. I completely agree with you, Connor. Like, food is a whole nother thing. Just forfeit at this point, running the clock on the goal in a 2-score game. That's what I mean. Seriously, they're gonna lose the 2-minute warning unless they kick this guy out of bounds, which they should. Or like kick into the end zone. Be a miracle if they scored 3 touchdowns for the rest of the season. And then kick the point after, no less. This Texans team has no juice. God, and Stroud's running clock. And the Seahawks defense deserves credit, don't get me wrong, but we know the Texans offensive line is terrible. We know that for sure. We know that for certain. Uber Eats is the way to go. But yeah, so that's my little, like, it's not even anti-women spiel. It's just kind of like, I give you guys insight on where I'm at as a man. I would love, I've said this before on stream, I would love a girl that I actually, like, care enough about to argue with. You know what I mean? Like the Kendrick Lamar song, We Cry Together, Screw you, man. I hate you, and I hate everything you stand for. That would be great. One place that never messes up is Wendy's. I love Wendy's. I'm not a big Wendy's guy. I'm just not. It's not bad. I'm just not a big Wendy's guy. And Uber Eats is better than DoorDash. You're a big back, by the way. Thanks. Thanks. I don't know if you're talking about me, Chris, but I'll take it. I've never understood that insult. Like, my lats are like my proudest, like, muscle group. I take big, bat proud. Big back pride. Hannah wants to date an Eagles fan. I would. I wouldn't get thrilled about it. I would date a Cowboys fan. I'll say that. Granted, if you've been to LA and seen, I went to Rams Cowboys, the preseason game. I don't want to disrespect women and sound terrible here, but let's just say I wanted to, tear my eyes out and throw them in the garbage can. Looking at all those Cowboy fan women. Good God. I worked at the concession stand. Let's just say I saw a lot of them. Chuck gives... I feel terrible, but who cares? You know what? We're here now. We're in it now. Look, Chuck gives the women in San Antonio shit. Go to an LA game. Find an East Bay LA Cowboys fan. And if she's hot, let me know. But I didn't see many. Let's call it like it is. Again, all women are great. I'm not judging people. If you're into bigger women, if you're not, that's on you. I'm just calling it like it is. I once walked an hour and a half for Wendy's. That's cool. I'm a big Popeyes guy. I used to be, but then I overate it. Hunnaball, more like 100 kilos. Am I right? It's not bad. Wouldn't that make me like 300 pounds? I'd love to be 300 pounds. 300 pounds strong. Sticky Steven. Your name's Sticky Steven. Let's sit this one out. Hey, man. No one's sitting anything out. We need this chat to keep going. Because I can't talk about football. I'm trying to talk about this Texans Seahawks game. There's nothing to say. Cooper Kupp threw a goddamn interception. The Texans can't run the ball. The Seahawks offense didn't really impress tonight. They scored early. Good for them. The Texans are a disaster. Nico Collins is hurt. There's just not a lot to talk about. Dalton Schultz, leading receiver. Jalen Noel kind of put on. Jaden Higgins was a complete waste of a draft pick. In fantasy and in real life. A lot of fumbles, a safety as well. Couple picks. Just a snoozer. Just a bad week of football. I hope next week is better. What are we looking at for next week's slate? We got to do Hunter's Hill, but I'll save that until this game ends. Once this game ends, we'll do Hunter's Hill, and we'll probably get out of here because it's already 10:30. Which means it's getting late on the East Coast, and I feel for you guys. Okay. Geez, should I go to this one? $28. Those are for standing seats, to be fair. But getting out of SoFi Stadium is hell. SoFi Stadium's the worst. Cooper Kupp's a better QB than CJ Stroud. Well, not by the numbers. Vikings are going to win this one for sure, by the way. Like, for certain. Giants, Eagles. Okay, hopefully we win, but I don't have a good feeling about it. Dolphins, Falcons. God, that's going to be a fun one. Bengals, Jets. Are you worried, Chris? That's a must-win game. You shouldn't be worried. Patriots have another get-right chance. The Patriots have such an easy schedule. Bills, Panthers might be sneaky fun. Now, who is the Panthers' backup? Dalton? Never mind. Bears, Ravens could be interesting, considering Lamar might play. That might be good. Niners, Texans. The Niners are beat up, so maybe the Texans O-line can take advantage of that. Bucks, Saints is always competitive. Cowboys, Broncos could be fun. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I am. I'm rooting for the Cowboys. Is there public transport that takes you to the stadium? No. LA's public transport sucks. Muhammad can talk about that more, but yeah, man, no, it sucks. Packers-Steelers isn't exactly a great Sunday night game, but, Steelers could compete. Packers tend to get close. Packers are worse than we all think. Titans-Colts, sure, in-division game. Commanders-Chiefs. I'm sick of the Chiefs on prime time. I'm sick of it. They got Monday night here, Sunday night there, Thursday night there. They had another Sunday night there, Sunday night there. Like, it's a lot. It's too much. It's too damn much. The Ravens game was not Sunday night, but they had another Sunday. Oh, Monday night here. That's what they had. Then I believe, was the Lions game Sunday night? No, it was not. Was it? I think it was, actually. It looks like it. I think this was a primetime game as well. Whatever. Never root for the cowgirl, FTC. There you go. There you go. Don't root for the Cowboys, bro. You'll regret it. I will never root for the... Well, oh, yeah. Well, look, I hate the Broncos. I do. I hate the damn Broncos, man. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm hurt. All right, third down. Seahawks running the clock out. Texans out of timeouts. 3rd and 3. Got to get this. Get a first down here in this ball game. Let's see. Traffic sucks, especially at that time. Getting out of Inglewood is a disaster. Lions Chiefs was SNF last week. I thought so. Too many primetime games for the Chiefs. All right, Let's see it. Run commit. Oh, Charbonnet stuffed in the backfield. We're going to get to see this Texans offense one more time. Cue the Daft Punk song. It's going to be great. There's also a flag. I don't know what it is. It might be a hold. If it's a hold, it stops the clock. And if it's on the defense, it's ball game. We'll find out. Actually, interesting. Need that pizza right on the second channel as a highlight of the stream. You guys thought that was funny? Personal foul. That's ball game. What a way to end it. All right, I'll put the pizza ran on the second channel if you guys say so. Appreciate you guys checking out the second channel, by the way. If you don't already, it's Super Hot Hunnaball. I'll pull it up here real quick. Here, I'll just go on YouTube. It's, you know, it's a really small channel. I just put it, you know, I don't want to like ever like overload my feed. It's bad enough that I already like post a bunch already with these live streams. But yeah, this is just me putting stuff on. Super Hunnaball, at Super Hot Hunnaball. If you don't know already, this is where I just put like random stuff. Like my Verizon. I love this video. This video makes me happy. This Verizon rant is so funny. I was hot. I was mad when this happened. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but I just, you know, this is the kind of nonsense that I really care about.
But you can, I like, you know what I'm talking about when he said sorry, pops. Like, that was the energy of the interview.
I love watching myself talk. Anyways, back to this though. All right, let's do Hunners Hill. This game's over. Texans are gonna kneel it out, but yeah, check out my second channel. I'll put the pizza thing there. Who doesn't love pizza? All right. 2015 and 2022 Chiefs was good TV. Yeah, it was. I missed that. The Verizon rant was funny. Thanks, Connor. I appreciate that. Connor, I really appreciate you giving love to the second channel. I know we talked. I plugged it a lot more in the summer with my CFB streams. Now I really kind of just use it when I can. Why are the Chiefs still getting primetime? So much haven't been. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. No, I hate it. It's way too much. It's the Swift effect. It's the goddamn Swift effect. Nothing like driving through Hawthorne to go to SoFi. It's hell. No, seriously. It's a nightmare. SoFi getting out of there is hell. All right. Let's do it. I've been waiting all night for this one. Hunners Hill. Just in time. I need to add some people, though, really quick. Let me download a couple people. Okay. So we need to add Quinn Ewers. So let me download him real quick. Shoot. I'm going to have to remake a whole new tier list, actually. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Okay, we got to add Quinn Ewers. We got to add Andy Dalton. God, what is this goddamn song? What the hell? All right, we'll change that. There we go, Yoshi. Okay, Andy Dalton. Okay, Russ is on there, don't worry. Welcome back, Rage Bait list. Yeah, exactly. Who else are we missing? Dobbs got some work. The Pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs, he got a few snaps because May went out. If they have taken a snap, we got to put him in. The Pastronaut is in. Okay, who else are we missing? We got Quinn. Shador's already on there. DG's already on there. Yes, I was there. Steve posted CFB 26 highlights on the stream. Evil Sticky Steven. Imagine having a second channel. That's so funny. Like on both channels, Sticky Steven. Jacoby, that's what we need. Jacoby Brissett. That's what we need. Move Baker up Shador only. Well, we can't do that. Jacoby Brissett. There we go. That's another. I feel like I'm missing someone, but maybe not. Russ is on there. I should put Cooper Kupp on there. Who else? Let's just look at the scoreboard really quick. Oh, damn. Who got in for the Raiders? I think Gino played the whole time. Didn't he? Got Kenny Pickett. We got to put Kenny Pickett on there. There we go. Carson Wentz is on there. Don't worry. We got Carson Wentz. Where's the Kenny Pickett Raider pictures, though? I don't even think he took one for the Raiders. That's fair. Why not? Who cares? Oh, yeah, because he was on the Browns. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, let me update this really quick. Okay, let me add this. Okay. Unless I'm missing anyone, that should do it for the Hunners Hill. Okay? We got some new names. We got some familiar faces and some familiar places. Should have never cut me! Kenny Pickett 100% on the season, but I'd like to see Mahomes do that. I don't know if you said Mariota. Mariota! Damn it, I need Mariota. Damn it. Good point. Every time I see that picture of Jake Browning, I laugh. It's just so funny to me. All right. I think... oh, Tyrod. I gotta get Tyrod in there. Hello? Tyrod's QB1. What am I doing? I gotta get Tyrod in there. What am I doing? Jeez, man. This was the week of the backup QB. I'll say that much. God, sometimes this Yoshi mix really sets us on a weird trail. Let's go with this one. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. All right. Let me upload a couple new files here. Oh God, I forget that tier maker is like a hell website to use. What the hell? Oh my God. What the fuck, tier maker? All right, hold on. We're remixing. I hate this website, by the way. I really do. But it's okay. Life could be worse. Anyways. All right. Updated. All right. Let's go to presenter mode real quick. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to the post week 7 Hunna's Hill. Are we on? Is it working? All right, cool. Let's do it. All right. So, first... they're gone. They're gone. All the people we added are gone. Reduced to atoms. Hold on. There we go. All right, they're back. All right. All right, so let's put the new names on. Let's put the new names on, first of all. Okay. Jacoby Brissett. I can't put Jacoby Brissett much lower than Kyler. Cooper Rush is not up there. Oh my God, you're so right. You're so right. Unbelievable. I can't believe I forgot Cooper Rush. How could I? The greatest quarterback in NFL history. We'll keep updating. If you guys think of any more names, let me know. But for now, we'll roll with these fellas. Cooper Rush, grab your helmet, buddy. You made the list. Okay. Here we go. Hunna's Hill. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Jacoby Brissett. I cannot put him much lower than Kyler Murray. And I won't. Which is why Jacoby Brissett is going right here. And Kyler is going right here. Kyler's moving down to pretty bad. I know he didn't play, but I can't sit here in good faith and put Kyler Murray in the same tier as Jackson Dart. I can't. Jacoby is he's right there. Yeah, Jacoby's right there. I can't in good faith. Kyler is a liability. He is right there with Tua. He's a complete contract liability. He's going to be a headache for years to come. Readjust the existing rankings first. All right, fine. I'll do that. Good idea. But this is where we'll stick. All right. We'll readjust the existing ratings. Jake Browning is going to stick. Worst QB in the NFL. Geno's moving down. Not worse than Russell, but he's moving behind Justin Fields. God, they all played bad. Everybody in this awful tier is staying, by the way. Everybody. We can only update. Wentz is moving down. Wentz is moving down. He didn't play well. Straight up. He didn't play well. He lost his job. Then use the rest as measuring sticks. Can you move Browning down more? Should have never cut him. Yeah, you should have. Okay. What else should we update? So this is the awful is staying like this. This is in order. But let's be honest. If you have any of these quarterbacks, you're not happy at all. Bryce got hurt. He didn't look great to begin with. The Panthers offense is completely just funneling the run. I'm not going to put Cam Ward in awful. I'm not. But I'm certainly not putting him ahead of DG anymore. Or Joe Flacco. Or Jage. He's going to the back end of this tier. I'm sorry, Cam Ward. He's on the chopping block. We do have Dylan Gabriel. He's right next to Jage. Dylan Gabriel did not pitch a great game, but he outgunned Tua. He deserves his flowers. Bryce Young, I want to verify this really quick. Bryce Young, not exactly inspiring, but he did what he had to do to get the dub. He's hurt. He didn't play his greatest game, but we're not going to move Bryce much further. As much as I want to move DG off, Cam Ward doesn't deserve awful. Anyone in awful tier would die on the Titans. Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly. Cam Ward is on the chopping block, but I don't want to put him in awful because he doesn't belong with these losers. None of the young guys do. As you can see, I don't like putting rookie quarterbacks down here. That's just not fair. It's straight up not fair. Okay? Joe Flacco is moving up. Is he better than Jacoby Brissett? Yeah, probably. Is he better than Mac Jones? Yeah, probably. He's going to the top of pretty bad. He's going to the top of pretty bad. Anvilix says, wait. Hold the phone. Hold the fort. Okay. Flacco moves up and maybe Rattler too. We'll get to Rattler in a second. Mac Jones. The Niners won somehow, some way. Mac Jones gets 0 credit, but he's not going to move down. Other than that, I feel pretty good. I don't think it's fair to move Jage. He hasn't played. Jage, if anything, is on the chopping block, though. Let's put him behind Cam Ward. If Jage plays bad, he's going in awful. Let's be honest. I'm be real. The Purdy placement offends me more than the JD5 placement. What is bad? I don't think Purdy's great. We're going to move Purdy. Don't worry. We're going to move Purdy. All right. I didn't watch Falcons Niners. We'll talk about Penix. But I've been alluding to this all week. Spencer Rattler. Grab your helmet, buddy. You're moving up to meh. He's smoking crystal meh tonight. Spencer Rattler. He looks like it. Spencer Rattler is moving up to meh. Where he goes in meh, we'll figure that out later. Penix might move down. Mahi is right. Penix might move down. How is JJ that high? McCarthy? He's pretty bad. I don't want to put a rookie or a young guy that low, but he's on the chopping block for sure. Penix, look, I didn't watch... I've said this before. I'm not going to lie to you guys and act like I watched Falcons Niners. I was too mad about the Giants game. And I'm not going to strictly go off box score. But against a Niners defense that's pretty beat up, I gotta get up in 5 hours, so I'm gonna hit the hay. Remember, Flacco MVP, Bengals winning the Super Bowl. All right, Chris, watch the rest of the Hunter's Hill later. Join back later and drop a like if you didn't already. Fair enough. Have a good night, pal. There needs to be a tier in between pretty bad and awful. What, for JJ McCarthy? Rattler just had the worst game of his career. I agree, but he has been due. He's been due. That's why he's sticking to the back end of meh. You're right. Just name it chopping block. That's not a... But then it wouldn't fit on the screen. That's my problem. Look, if I go row below, then it's like it doesn't fit on the screen as well. Unless... Whoa. Bit of an engineer myself. I'm something of a football YouTuber myself. There we go. All right. We'll do it. I like it. I like it. Chopping block. We'll do it. New tier. We're going to make it pink. There you go. All right. Well, then here we go. Well, then. Nah, DG played a good game. DG played a good game. I feel so bad for Cam Ward, but he is not playing well. He's just not. He's just not. Have a good night, Chris Brown. I appreciate us being nice to each other. God, I don't know, man. I feel like this isn't worth it as a tier. I feel like this isn't worth it. I just don't feel like a tier for these guys in specific is fair. I don't think it's fair. I think pretty bad is about perfect. Like being at the back end of the tier is about perfect. That's just me, though. We might change that later. As we add more quarterbacks, well, hold on, though. When we add these guys, it's actually going to be pretty helpful. You're actually kind of right. You're right. Oh, boy, I really messed up now. You know what? You're actually right. You're right, Anvalix, because I forgot about the row below. You're completely right. For the row below, we need a chopping block, because there's a lot of backups coming in. There you go. A tier between pretty good and meh would be more useful than a chopping block tier. Well, I like the discrepancy, though. I think it's perfect. Oh, my God. I keep hitting the wrong thing. Let's make this pink again. Let's go dark blue. When in doubt, where's Jalen? We will figure that out next. We will figure out Jalen Hurts next. Okay, chopping block, Cam Ward, and Jage. Okay, we'll think about adding more tiers in a little. All right, but this is where we're sticking. Mac Jones, whatever, he won. Congrats, Mac. Joe Flacco to the top of the tier. Okay, Caleb Williams. God, that passing offense is brutal to watch. I would move him down, but he doesn't deserve to be in pretty bad. The Bears are winning games. Hurts is not missing. Hurts is with his little hat right here. Hurts is right there. Also, turn the stream up to 720 if you haven't already, please, because it'll make this a lot easier to follow. All right. I will say this. Bo Nix. You can suck my Bo Dicks. We're moving Jackson Dart to the top of meh. I don't care that they lost. I don't care that he threw a game-losing interception potentially. I don't care that he scored when he shouldn't have. Jackson Dart is playing like a man, and I'm not going to sit here and act like he's worse than Aaron Rodgers, who got punched by Joe Flacco. I'm not going to sit here and give stupid Bo Nix credit. I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm not doing it. Purdy is sticking. Purdy's not going anywhere. He's gotten hurt. Believe me, Purdy is knocking on the door pretty bad. If I move Mac Jones down to pretty bad, Purdy's got to be right there too. But for now, he's sticking. Stroud, I feel bad for the guy. He's definitely not great. And that's why I'm putting him below Caleb. Hey, Stroud, you got a bright future in this league. Just quit taking them sacks. Quit taking them sacks, Stroud. Jesus. I'm moving him lower. He probably doesn't deserve it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Bo Nix, I hate you, but I can't move him lower. I can't move him lower in good faith. There's honor in this list. I can't move him lower. JD5 is injury prone as all hell. And that's why I don't know, man. Raj is moving down, though. Raj is moving down for sure. He's not playing bad, but they lost to the Bengals. That sucks. Purdy's better than Jordan Love on everything. I disagree. I disagree. We're going to keep it like this for now. For now. All right. Gale's not here for an iconic moment. I can't believe this. Jalen Hurts moving up. Past Jordan Love. Past Justin Herbert. Past Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has to stop taking sacks. I'm not moving Trevor down a tier, but he's officially on the chopping block. He's officially on the chopping block. If you're the last man in your tier, you're on the chopping block. JD5 is an injury prone. He got gator rolled and he still might play. He maybe not be injury prone. I didn't watch the game in full. That just might be conjecture. Don't, Am I going to add Burrow when he's back in December? I will. Herbert! He's lucky Trevor's taking... You know what? Trevor's not on the chopping block. Herbert is. I'm sick of hearing about Herbert. Herbert's taking sacks and turning the ball over. I know the Chargers O-line is beat up, but the Chargers O-line didn't throw 2 picks. The Chargers O-line didn't get outgunned by Dan Jones. The Chargers O-line didn't throw an interception in the end zone. If Dart did that, I'd be livid. When Dan Jones did it, I was pissed. Herbert is on the chopping block. And if we're being honest with ourselves, this is about where it should be, but I'm not going to overreact that hard, all right? Dart did lose the game. But there you go. Jalen Hurts is moving up. Okay, Jordan Love is sitting pat. Jordan Love with an uninspiring game. I will say this, though. Darnold didn't play poorly, but he didn't play better than Dak, and he didn't play better than Jalen Hurts. This is more positive Hurts and positive Dak than it is negative Darnold, but when you put it together, the answer is clear. Now, will I put them ahead of Dan Jones? Are you crazy? Of course not. Dan Jones is still on an MVP run. But that's where we're standing. In fact, Jared Goff, look, the Lions won tonight. They looked fine. Jared Goff was not bad. But Dan Jones has been better. Dan Jones is winning his team games. He is. Maybe on the legs is Jonathan Taylor, but at the end of the day, it's neck and neck. And Dan Jones has an outside MVP shot. He does. He does, man. Trevor's a run-weed quarterback. Picture is next to man in the dictionary. Yeah, but he beat the Chiefs in prime time, and that was fun. I'd agree with Jackson Dart. Had a great game and a painful loss. Yeah, but I don't want to overreact. I don't want to overreact quite yet. But here we are. So this is where the pretty good tier stands. Goff might have to drop past Darnold, not going to lie. They did win the game. They did win the game. And Goff's having a great season. He is, straight up. But you know who's having a better season? I said it before, and I'll say it now. Guys, Drake May is an elite quarterback. Purple. Drake May is an elite quarterback. I mean that. I mean that all the way. He has been a textbook pro. He's beaten bad teams. I'd put Dak over Goff. We've been over this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm dying on this hill. Jared Goff is better than Dak Prescott. Dak just has the ball the whole game. Drake May is going to elite. It's official. Stop the presses. Hunnaball called Drake May elite. Hunna stamp of approval. He has been our guy since we made the video. He's got aura. The Patriots are beating bad teams, but they have an easy schedule ahead of time. Drake May is getting better each week. I think the Pats will be dangerous in the playoffs this year, and let's be honest, he doesn't have a ton of help either. I made a short about Drake May. The more content I make about this guy, the more sold I get on him. Give most QBs the ball all game and see what they do. Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. May over Stafford. Well, the thing with that is Stafford threw 5 touchdowns, right? Stafford destroyed Trevor Lawrence. So, like, I don't want to knock Lamar for being hurt. I don't want to knock Stafford. He played a good game. Drake May, let's face facts. Not exactly very impressive wins. We're going to keep it here. We're going to keep it here. The Bills run by. Can't move them anywhere. Baker. Does Baker belong in the best tier? Does Baker belong in the best tier? If someone told me before the season Drake May and Dan Jones were 7 and 8 best QBs in the NFL, you'd think they're insane. Well, yeah. That much is true. I'm trying to figure out what to do with Baker Mayfield. I don't want to walk it back, and I certainly don't want to give Pat the spot as best QB in the NFL. That's lame. Jalen was on bye. Lamar was hurt. Should we just put Drake May up here and call it a day? Lower Baker. They didn't play well today. Mahomes is back. I'd trade Caleb in a heartbeat for May, no doubt. This game would lower Baker. It should. It should. But I don't want to put Mahomes at 1. That's so lame. I'm not Nick Wright. And Jalen and Lamar didn't play. But Baker didn't play like the best QB in the NFL. Baker's probably still MVP favorite because sheer numbers of game-winning drives this year. You know what? Baker is officially on the chopping block of his own tier. Shadur's at 1. That says more about Baker Mayfield than it does about Shadur, obviously. That's what we're doing. The Shadur bit rages on. Mahomes is winning MVP. By the odds, maybe, but I don't know. I refuse to pick Mahomes as my best QB. May at 1 seems inevitable. If May, fast forward 3 weeks from now, Drake May might be in the best tier, right up there with Shadur. But as it stands right now, this is kind of where I'm at. Unless I'm blanking on some great game that Dak threw, or if Jordan Love played awful, let's make sure. I mean, let's look at the stats real quick. I know stats don't tell the full story, right? And that's why I think Baker's a stud. Herbert with the most pass yards, couldn't care less. He also has 6 picks. Mr. Never turns the ball over. Dak, again, has the ball the whole game. Stafford, 17 tubs, 2 picks. He's taking some sacks, but whatever. I continue to move the goalposts against Dak Prescott, by the way. Mahomes is putting up numbers. God damn it, Mahomes is putting up numbers. Oh, boy. Mahomes has, if I'm reading that correctly, more touchdowns, more yards. Basically the same completion percentage as Baker. On more attempts. Oh, my God. Perfect timing. I don't want to put Mahomes at 1, but I should. Drake May's copying Jaden's script from last year. Yeah, no, seriously. Take advantage of an easy schedule. Mahomes should be number 1. Mahomes really should be number 1. Mahomes has been the best QB in the NFL by stats. He's all the way back. They've got the Commanders, Bills, Broncos, Colts. They've got some tough games ahead. If May plays well against Cleveland, Atlanta, Tampa, he can easily be 1. I agree, and I hope that happens because I don't want to put Mahomes at 1, but I'll tell you guys, it's tough. It is tough arguing in favor of Baker Mayfield right now. He's got the game-winning drives. But he has a lot less help. That much I will say. He has a lot less... Well... Nah, he has a lot less help. He does, straight up. His O-line is beat up. Every receiver he has is hurt. One more week of Baker at best. If Tampa doesn't look good next week, Baker will be on the chopping block and Mahomes will take his spot. But now he has to beat Shadur. Next year, our schedule is going to be asked to play AFC West, NFC North, so I can enjoy this while I can. Well, let's see. If May's the real deal, then they'll be good. Let's factor in these backups now. Let's factor in these backups. Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is awful. Quinn Ewers is awful. He's straight up awful. I said I didn't want to put rookies there. Quinn Ewers gets on the field. First pass should have been intercepted. Second pass went negative yards. Can't throw an interception if, you know, it's a backwards pass. Backwards, lost yards. Third play, drops the snap. Fourth play, they get a deep ball, barely. And then I believe he either threw a pick or threw the game away. Turned it over on downs. So yeah, Quinn Ewers sucks. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me on that. I'll double check and make sure. Tua's firm, terrible. 5 for 8, 53 yards. He pitched a hell of a game. He sucks. He's awful. Tyrod. We'll see on Tyrod. I don't want to put Tyrod on the chopping block yet. Yes, I do. Tyrod. This is a perfect tier for Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, we give him his respect, but to be honest, he's really not that good. If we're being honest with ourselves, Tyrod Taylor's really just not that good. Remember this guy on CFB 25 cover with Travis Hunter. Ewers got to be 1. Yeah. That's what I mean. All hype. We're back. Are you? Are you back, Quinn? I feel bad for Tua, bro. He's genuinely good before he got ruined by the injury. Yeah, but he's also a prick. And everybody in the locker room seems to hate him. So it's, you know, it's a loaded topic for sure. Andy Dalton. I'm not going to put him in awful. But I'm also not going to put him ahead of Jage. Andy Dalton's on the chopping block. I think he's confirmed worse than Bryce Young. Which is crazy to say about a human being. But I think he is confirmed worse than Bryce Young. This week did suck. Welcome to the stream, Otis. Wentz all over again. Concussions are more serious than people think. Oh yeah, man. I have 2 and I use it to pick up women. But it hurts. Maybe 3. Concussions are scary, man. Because there's no like... The recovery process for a concussion is so... just subjective. See, that pause right there was because of my concussions. It's so subjective, man. And when you're an NFL player, you kind of just have to tough it out. Just be like, all right, well, let's do it. And then you go out there and you get hit again. The one thing with concussions is you shouldn't go out and play football again. Bryce Young does suck, but he's not worse than Sam Darnold. I mean, Andy Dalton. He is worse than Sam Darnold for sure. Mariota, again. I got a concussion when I was a kid and lost 15 minutes. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Mariota, I mean, Mariota has played. We'll put him in pretty bad. Mariota has played. I don't know if he's won a game, but he has played. He didn't play well, but he has played before. You know, Mariota can get it done. The Pastronaut, I don't even know why I got him on here, to be honest with you. He played 1 down. For fun, should I put him in best? I probably got concussion practice once my dumbass coach didn't care. Would you start Bryce Young or Andy Dalton if both suck? I'd start Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young's better. Baker did suck tonight. You know, we should put Mahomes up here, but we're going to give Baker 1 more week. He has a lot less help than Patrick. Cooper Rush has been awful. Let's call it like it is, but he's been better than a lot of these guys. Cooper Rush is going right there. Cooper Rush is going right there. Kenny Pickett. God, I hate Kenny Pickett. I really do. Did Kenny Pickett turn the ball over when the Raiders played? If he didn't turn the ball over, we'll put him in chopping block. Wow, what a game, Kenny. Jeez. He also had a carry for 0 yards, maybe a kneel down. There was that. But he lost a fumble, so he did turn the ball over. So there you go. Kenny, awful. There you go. Done. Done. Kenny's an awful. Hey, what's up? There he is, Trent. What's up? Saquon is my keeper. Neighbors is my first pick. Burrow is my second. Mike Evans is third. I'm cursed, dude. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks, Trent. Sorry to hear about that. I have Neighbors in my redraft, and it hurts me as a Giants fan and as a fantasy player. I'm lucky I haven't broken a bone or had a concussion. I've aggregated my knees before, so you take some wins, you take some losses. My feet are what really mess with me. Liz Frank, ankle sprain. Now I got a plantar thing. It's a mess. Pastronaut, I don't know what the hell. I don't even want him on this stupid list, to be honest with you. Can I remove him? Well, you know, we're just not gonna rank the Pastronaut. I don't even know what. Saquon, Nico, Chase Brown's just been bad, but Nico is hurt. That's a bummer. What do I do with the Pastronaut? He's played 1 snap. What do I do with him? I'll let you guys decide. I'm not putting him in best. That is sacred. Best is for Shador and the best QB in the NFL. You decide. I don't know what to do with Pastronaut. I mean, I guess Drake May's backup, he could be as high as right there. But I don't know. Dude played like 2 snaps. That's what I mean. It's really not fair to rank him. I don't even know why I put him on this list, but I can't erase him. Coconut Mall, this is fire. Don't put him in. All right, well, click here to remove or reorder images. All right, how do I remove? Yeah, all right, we're removing the Pastronaut. Where the hell is he? Well, all right, well, that's... Oh, boy, it's not going to save, is it? It's not going to save. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let's just remove... How do we do this? I don't want to mess up and, like, lose what we just did. I got a feeling we're going to lose it. Okay, we're going to remove... we're going to remove Carson Wentz, just in case. Just in case it'll let us save the list. It didn't. God damn it. And we removed Carson Wentz for nothing. Okay, it did. Okay, it saved, actually. It did save. We just lost the new images. Okay, it's saved. We removed Carson Wentz for nothing. Actually, it was a hero sacrifice. Thank you, Carson Wentz. Okay, so we'll re-put in the backups and we'll get Carson Wentz back in. And then we'll get the hell out of here. Oh my god, hold on. Jesus. Here we go. There he is. There you are, Carson. All right. So if I mess this up, so be it. But I think I had Cooper Rush right there, Gingers Unite, Tyrod on the chopping block, Mariota right there, Pickett sucks, he's awful. There you go. Brissett, he was somewhere around here, right? He was like right next to Kyler, right there. Bang. Pastronaut's not in. Dalton, right there. And Ewers, top awful. If I misordered them, my bad. But there we go. Carson Wentz finally did something good. He has 100% completion. The Pastronaut. The Pastronaut is Joshua Dobbs, which is right there. So there we go. But yes. So that is the updated, by the book, Hunna's Hill. It is law. If you disagree, tough luck, Chuck. So let me save that. We'll pull this tab up, but let me save this. And I will update it. If you want to make your own, please. Hunnaball, this was week 6, 7? Post week 7. Because the Giants are 2-5. Post week 7. And if I can just save it, that would be great. It'll let me save it. Why can't I save it? Why can't I save it? What is going on, Tier Maker? Why can't I save it? I hate this website. I've said that before, but I really do. But okay, you know what? I'll figure this out later. I think there's a way to like share it. I'll figure it out later. I just hope I don't forget. But anyways, so that's that. That's the Hunna's Hill of the week. I agree with this so far. See you next week. So I will update this, put it right here in the corner. But that's what we got. Mahi's calling goodnight. Yeah, that's about it. Mahi's got an exam, and to be honest, it's getting late. It's 11 o'clock west, 2 o'clock east. I'm sure you guys know that. I'm sure everybody has access to a clock. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Mahi's leaving, and I think that's a good call for all of us to go. If you're a Mariners fan, I'm sorry. That sucks, but, you know, baseball's not my thing, so it is what it is. I'm not more sorry than, you know, if you're a Giants fan. But anyways, that's all we got. Thanks to everyone who joined. It's been a fun one. These games sucked. This week was a bummer, but oh well. Have a good night. Good luck tomorrow on the Mahi. Exactly. Good luck to Mahi. I won't be on stream until next Thursday, but we'll be on after the Thursday night game. Until then, you guys have a kick-ass rest of your night. Kill it this week. And we'll get it done. And then I'll be able to stop talking about the goddamn Giants. That'd be really nice. But anyway, fellas, have a great rest of your night. Hunnaball.